Hi, Susan.
Hey, Bradley. Here we are.
So there's a podcast, no video here. We'll take a picture. But we are in a gorgeous center of Utrecht, sitting on a canal, on a bench.
Our favorite places.
Glorious September day. Blue sky, white puffy clouds. What more could we want? Well, maybe that apartment.
Right?
So,
oh my God. Okay.
We're here today. You are going to question me about my upcoming project.
Yeah.
Because it's a biggie, and I've got it kind of clear in my own head.
Sure.
That's usually early in the morning. So I want to get it clear with you. And to talk about how you potentially could be involved, and other people listening could be involved, either as participants of this group of 27 people, or in some other capacity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell me more about the idea.
Okay. So this actually, I don't know if I told you this, but this whole idea came from the one-word book in-person workshop.
Oh, awesome.
Where I started out the morning, I took everybody outside. I said, all right, away from the computers, we're going outside. And I explained the difference between Kairos time and Chronos time.
Okay.
And I said, dear people, today we are going to have some Kairos time, meaning we are going to have some... So Kairos is Greek. Both Kairos and Chronos are Greek words, and they both have something to do with time. Chronos is the easier one to understand. It's the normal time. It's 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, like a clock, like days, months, whatever. That's all Chronos. Regular time, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Okay.
Kairos time is, I like to call it sort of bending time or warping time. Time, we think is time is 1 second is 1 second. Well, is it? Right? Depends on what deep end we jump off of to understand time. But if you think about it, often, unfortunately, there's really traumatic events in our lives. Like for us Americans, it could be 9/11.
Sure.
So, for example, what happens is in this traumatic event, your mind your time slows down, and you can remember detail. Like I can remember, I lived in San Francisco on Sutter Street. It was morning. We were waking up, getting going on the day, and I remember we had this crappy TV on like a cardboard box. We were literally just getting started. So I remember all those details of what was it, like 20 plus years ago, right?
Yeah.
So that's an example of Kairos time, where your mind slows down, you can gather more information, you can get more done in a weird way. And that was a negative example. There are also positive examples, of course. The birth of a baby, or certain events, or you're on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, whatever. So positive times can also be Kairos times. For me, what I like about Kairos is that you can create Kairos times. For me, my favorite example and favorite practice is meditation.
Yeah.
So for me, if I meditate 20 minutes in the morning, I like to say it's like a 10x, a 10 times the power and content. So I can have 20 minutes in the morning, and that's like 200 minutes of regular Chronos time work. So the main goal is and I joke about the 25th hour. Not joke, why should I joke? The 25th hour of the day. And I kind of say, I have the 25th hour in the day, and I know how to get it.
Okay.
So that's kind of my salesy hook line there. If I could give you another hour in the day, would you like that, right? And then just one more comment. Chronos and Kairos, in the past week, since you and I spoke last week, Susan, I came back to sort of an old favorite of mine, which is the mathematician and the magician. So clear connection there, mathematician being Chronos and magician being Kairos.
Okay.
Mathematician is, 1 + 1 is 2. Kairos is more, or magician is 1 + 1 could be greater than 2 or 3, right? So that's kind of the overall big picture.
Right.
And that's the plan. And as you know, recently it was really just a book idea. I think it could be and should be, and also based on your input today, should be more than quote unquote just a book.
Yeah, I like the idea because what I see a lot is I'm, I work with neurodivergent, intuitive, spiritual type of people who are running businesses, and what I am intrigued by is the concept of time, who created it, and, we all agree upon it, right?
Yeah.
But there are those times, whether it's a meditation, a visualization, or, just your imagination.
Yeah.
You go to different places.
Or dream.
Well, definitely when you're dreaming,
yeah.
right? But, but in the waking hours, it's... Yeah. And dreaming is good. It has its space, and it does help us do so much. But in the waking hours, like you said, when we do meditation, it's like... even with 5 minutes, you come out and feel like an hour has gone by.
Yeah.
If you're really... So meditation sometimes is a little difficult for people to do because they think they have to achieve no thought.
Right.
I find with my group in particular, taking them on a visualization, and then it activates their imagination, which gives them information, and it brings them some sort of clarity.
Okay. So you're even helping other people sort of this manipulate time. You're increasing their time in a group setting.
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
We always start our sessions with a guided meditation because, and we did an interview not too long ago at a different canal in the Netherlands about Reiki.
That's right, yeah.
And I have noticed when people come on a Zoom call, like they've just come off a conversation with their husband or their kids trying to go to bed, and you come in with that energy of, I'm here, I had to make it on time, right?
Yeah.
And then they bring all that into the space, and the best way to clear the space is to get everybody on the same frequency. I know you like that word, so I'm going to explain a little bit what we do. Is I just take them through a grounding type of meditation. They have to visualize the grounding. So usually it's through their feet. Then I have them grow roots from their feet into the ground. And because they're actively doing something. With neurodivergence, we need to have something to do or have like a prompt.
Yeah.
And that really comes back with a lot of information. It helps them.
I like the prompt.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I have the same. If I just listen to soft music or something, I'm just going to fly off onto my
which is
Albert
great
Heijn
too.
checklist, which is
a
super Chronos.
Yeah.
And I don't want Chronos in my meditation. I can get that in my regular waking hours. I want Kairos.
Right. And so sometimes the visualization, activating your third eye, your imagination in this way. And so they'll come back into the space, and it's a totally different energy setting.
Oh, wow.
Now I'm ready to take in what's next because I'm in this space.
Cool. Nice.
And I'm here for this purpose. And it really brings everybody into the present moment.
Yeah.
But they're already... like one client one time fell asleep, but then she came back, she had all this energy.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, well, okay. Woo! But, it's
hey, you on Zoom poking the screen. You, wake up.
Okay. And we're back. But then, sometimes I'll do a visualization, connecting with your business energy and things like that, and then they get information about what they could not see before, because if you're stuck in a thought process about for instance a business
or a kid or a spouse,
anything, right? And you think you should, if you have the word should in anything, that's when you should access Kairos, because Kairos time for me is like a place of learning something different, getting out of the maybe the
Chronos.
Day-to-day grind kind of thought process. I think we're talking about a couple of different things with this, but it's exciting because I know that's the way people are exploring time. As I said to you before, time is an illusion.
Yeah.
We won't go too deep on that, but I love this idea, and so I want to hear more about how you want to shape it.
So you just said something. So I think what we're doing right now is exactly the path. I think this is step one in this 27-step process. And I'll explain the 27 steps in a minute, but exactly what we're doing, it brings, I'm so visual, right? And so you just mentioned in word, audio here, you just said that you got people coming into your call, and this guy just talked with his spouse, and that one, she just was dealing with her kid, and they're at different, how I see it, different frequencies or vibrations or resonance, and they come in and they're all over the place. And I always talk about the old-fashioned radio dial, and so that guy's at 89.5 and she's at 93.7, and you want them all at 89.1, okay? Right. And so you're going to open this up, you're going to open up the call and bring everybody into that same frequency.
Yep.
And I think this could definitely be a chapter of the book or an idea of the book of this bringing how could you say that? Like bringing everybody into the same frequency, and just think of the power of that.
Yeah.
And I really, so you're asking what I want to do with this. What I want to do with this is I am looking for 27 people to talk about 27 related but different topics under the bigger idea of Kairos and Chronos and time.
Yep.
And then again, visual guy that I am, and downloading messages guy that I am, I have seen or I've downloaded this clear structure which brings this into these three, I'm going to call them books, but they don't have to be books, but these three bigger ideas under Kairos and Chronos of energy, trajectory, and frequency. So, we've already, without mentioning those exact words, except for frequency, we talked about, you did see frequency, but the other two, we've said them without saying those words.
Right.
And so just how I see it, the one, I go very much in threes. One is Kairos, three is energy, trajectory, frequency, and then each one of those three has three subsections.
Okay.
I mean, here's where it goes crazy, but under those three are three more sort of action items or totems or items, chapters, really. Yeah. I'm such a book guy, I think, here's how I see it in book. I see the series name is Kairos. The book are the three: energy, trajectory, frequency. Those are the three book titles. Then there are three sections per book, and then there's three chapters per section. So what happened is we just went from 1 to 3 to 9 to 27.
Right.
So that's why we have 27 chapters of the book.
Nice.
And that's why I want to have a chat with 27 people about, on the 27 different elements of this bigger idea.
Well, that's cool. I think, would be fascinating how we could each take that subject, because I feel like it's very much crossover. I could do it all day.
Yeah.
Like getting everybody on the same frequency, you could call it vibration.
Right. I'm
harmonizing the energy, so that we can all be in the same frequency, vibration, energy.
Yeah.
A lot of people call it energy. You can see how this crosses over.
Yeah.
What I'm doing in that 10 minutes is setting a space that we all can be together and synchronized.
Yeah.
There still might be a tape running in the background, but they're a little bit more focused in.
Yeah.
And then,
just like us on this bench.
Right. We have people walking by and everything. Yeah. You can probably hear it. But we're here focused in just on this topic.
Yeah.
And that means...
You have so many...
I have an expansive, sensitive mind that pulls in all of the stimulus. And so that's why I do that with my group, because we're all attention deficit disorder and all kinds of neurodivergencies, and we're thinking all the time, and we have big ideas all the time. Today we're just going to focus in on this, but the best way to do that is to ground together in that space. And I think with all of the technology and internet stuff and noise, sometimes it's really hard for us to do.
Yeah.
But you're slowing down time to be in one space together. Yeah. That's how it feels to me.
So here's a perfect, kind of meta example to answer your question. for the 27 ideas. By the way, the 27 ideas, I don't have them all clearly in front of me. I have the 1 and the 3, and I kind of have the 9. But the 27 I'm not sure of.
Okay.
And I want to discover them as we go along. And so, for example, an idea you just brought in, I mean, you brought in several, but one of them I really like is the idea of the group sort of creating a common frequency for a common goal.
Right.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and since we're talking about Kairos time, I mean, we use Chronos to meet and schedule.
Oh, that's good.
And so we're still playing with both, right?
I like it. Yeah, we're meeting at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
we're meeting for an hour.
We're going to drop into the space.
Yeah.
So it's interesting what you're doing, and I'd like to talk more about it or be a part of it, whatever happens.
Great. I want to say a little bit more about the business end of things, because we were talking earlier about, just to put it bluntly, money and revenue and stuff. And, what, is this all for fun, or is this like a business idea, or what?
Yeah, how do you see this?
Yeah, so I see it as a much bigger, also thanks to talking with you, much bigger idea than just books. I'm a writer in my heart, but I like creating bigger things. And as you said, I like having interviews, I like connecting with people.
Yeah.
And I think, and this is a perfect example of Kairos, just here in our little conversation on the bench here in Utrecht, we've already come up with, I can think of at least 3 potential chapter ideas.
Yeah,
right?
Me too.
And one for you, and maybe it'll change, but I like this finding the common frequency. So it's super cool.
Yeah.
So the idea is to have a chat with more than 27 people to find the 27 who are going to fit in this bigger umbrella of ideas. And then I see books for sure, just because I'm such a book guy, but then the interviews are going to be either it's just the interview and it's a podcast, or it's a YouTube, or it's something behind a paywall.
Right.
And that these conversations are the bonus item or the upgrade item or whatever, and then you get the videos. I also could really see 27 cheat sheets or 27. Have you ever heard of PIP decks? PIP.
Oh yeah, like a
it's like a card deck.
Right.
So I would love to have a card deck, like tarot cards, but this is the 27 cards, and everybody's going to have their own card. So maybe another upgrade item would be the deck of 27. Cool. Right? You have this beautiful image on the one side, and the other side is, I don't know, the main elements or to-do items or whatever that may be. That's the kind of stuff I want to build out. One more thing on this. I'm a techie guy, so I kind of geek out on this kind of stuff. But so, for example, and just if you're listening, you're thinking what is it, WIIFM or something? What's in it for me? Yeah. And I think, so techie guy that I am, if you put this up on something like Teachable, within Teachable there are affiliate links and affiliate codes, and we can make a tracking code where you have a special link. And so Susan here sends her link to her people, and then the people sign up through Susan's link. Right. Well, Susan would then get a larger percentage of the revenue. So that's the financial incentive to share. And by the way, dear people of 27, I am serious about making this thing big and promoting it. So it's not just come and have a chat for 30 minutes and you're done forever. No, I want you on my marketing team. I want this to be a team effort and a group effort. And I want you to love it. I want you to think this is awesome. And I'm so thrilled to be a part of it. And sure, let's make some money. But I want it to come from the heart first. Right. And then come up to the mind and make money and stuff.
And in that way, you're showcasing each of these people, like me, what we can bring, not just to this conversation, but to what we do. How we are doing our businesses or our services. That's really cool.
Yeah. And so in the interview, of course, you talk about stuff that you're doing. Oh, what are you doing these groups? Oh, what do you mean you do this and you do that? And what are these groups anyway? Right. So it'll also be exposure for you in your business.
Right.
Dear 27. So.
Well, it sounds cool. I hope you can. I'm looking forward to where it goes.
Good. Then this has been awesome, and so also I'm very much into short nonfiction books and also shorter audio and shorter video. So I see we're under 20 minutes, and let's keep it that way. And
Yeah.
Susan, we're just going to continue this conversation again
Great.
another day. Thanks
Sounds
for being
good.
here.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, Bradley.